Hello, welcome to my channel. I am the Dan Z, nice to meet you. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself and how I started my channel. I am a writer. I'm also the author of a book. The videos are designed to help you achieve financial independence as fast as possible. And today, I have a special video for you guys. I write these videos and I share them with you guys. I love writing. I love sharing knowledge with others. That's why I started my channel, so I can reach more people. And if you haven't gotten a chance to look at the description, if you're new here, I basically talk about personal finance, habits, and minimalism. Today, I want to go over 6 steps to start managing your money in your 20s. Let's face it, the word budget sounds boring. But trust me, budgeting is one of the most important things you can do if you want to be financially successful. Credit card debt isn't just financial, it's emotional. It robs your peace. We all know that bad debt is bad. Sometimes it's hard to avoid. But either way, life will go on. Life can be unpredictable. And sometimes things don't go according to plan. Emergencies happen. People get sick and unexpected expenses arise. That's why it's important to have an emergency fund. Emergency fund is a safety net of money that you can use to pay for unexpected expenses. It can help you avoid going into debt when unexpected expenses arise. It can also give you peace of mind, knowing that you have money to fall back on if something goes wrong. Now, how much money you need in your emergency fund depends on your individual circumstances. However, a good rule of thumb is to have enough money in your. You might have used credit cards to buy things you needed, or maybe you took out a loan to pay for college. Whatever the reason, bad debt can be a major obstacle to achieving financial success. So if you have bad debt, it's important to make a plan to pay it off as soon as possible. Some popular ones are the snowball method and the avalanche method. The snowball method is when you focus on paying off the smallest debt first. Once you pay off that debt, you move on to the next smallest debt, and so on. The avalanche method is when you focus on paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first. Once you pay off that debt, you move on to the next highest interest rate, and so on. Personally, I prefer the avalanche method because it saves you more money in the long run. But the best method is the one that you'll actually stick to. So choose whichever method works best for you and stick to it. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Many organizations offer free credit counseling and debt management services. So if you're struggling to pay off your debt, don't hesitate to reach out for help. Paying off debt can be a long and difficult process, but it's definitely worth it. By getting rid of debt, you'll be able to free up more of your income to save and invest. You'll also have more financial freedom and flexibility in your life. So if you have bad debt, make a plan to pay it off as soon as possible. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. A budget allows you to spend money on things that are important to you without worrying about going into debt. Now, I know that a lot of people think that investing is only for the rich and famous, but that's not true. Anyone can invest. You don't need to be rich to start investing. You don't need a lot of money to start investing. All you need is a little bit of knowledge and a lot of motivation. If you're motivated to become wealthy, you'll find a way to make it happen. And investing is one of the best ways to grow your wealth. When you invest, you're essentially putting your money to work for you. Your money is earning more money while you sleep. And the best part about investing is that you do and need to be an expert to do it. With the rise of easy-to-use investment apps like Robinhood and Webull, it's easier than ever to start investing. So if you're in your 20s, you have no excuse. You have the time and you have the resources to start investing. So don't wait. Start investing today and watch your wealth grow. There are many different ways to budget, but I recommend using the 50-30-20th rule. This rule states that 50% of your after-tax income should be spent on needs, 30% on wants, and 20% on savings. By following this rule, you can make sure that you're taking care of your basic needs while also having some fun and saving money for the future. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm in my 20s. I'm supposed to be having fun. Why would I want to budget? Well, think of it this way. By budgeting, you're giving yourself permission to spend money on things that are important to you. Instead of feeling guilty about spending money on experiences, hobbies, or items that bring you joy, you can feel good knowing that you've allocated a certain amount of money for these things in your budget. And by tracking your expenses, you'll be able to see where your money is going and make adjustments as needed. Now, if you want to learn more about budgeting, I have a whole video on it. I'll link it below. To fight this battle, you need soldiers. And in our case, those soldiers are dollars. Most people think that they will become financially independent by just working a 9-to-5 job. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not true. Average Joe spends 40 hours a week at work just to pay the bills. So if you want to become financially independent, you need to think outside the box. You need to explore side hustles, freelance work, or even investing. And the best part about being in your 20s is that you have the luxury of time. You have the ability to take risks that might fail. If they do, it's not a big deal because you're young and you can recover. But if they succeed, you can gain a lot of money. For example, in your 20s, you can drive Uber or do DoorDash on the side. If you're good with technology, you can do freelance work. Or if you're interested in stocks, you can try investing in the stock market. The possibilities are endless. So don't limit yourself to just a 9-to-5 job. Explore all the options available to you and use your 20s to your advantage. Every dollar you earn is a soldier. Where do you send them into battle? Do you send them into a black hole? Do you send them to pay for subscriptions that you're not using? Or do you send them to build a life that you're proud of? By tracking your expenses, you're telling each dollar exactly where to go. And if you don't track your expenses, you're basically throwing your money away. Once you track your expenses for 1 to 3 months, you will start to see where your money is going. For example, if you see that you're spending too much on clothes, then you can cut back and save that money. Or if you see that you're spending too much on food, then you can cook more meals at home. And if you don't know where to start with tracking your expenses, don't worry. It's really easy. There are many apps that you can use to track your expenses. Some popular ones are Mint, Personal Capital, YNAB. These apps will allow you to connect your bank accounts and credit cards and automatically categorize your expenses. If you want to track your expenses manually, you can do that as well. Just use a spreadsheet or a notebook. Either way, once you start tracking your expenses, you'll be able to see where your money is going and make adjustments as needed. This is the first step to managing your money in your 20s. It may seem boring, but it's necessary if you want to be financially successful. Now, if you have been subscribed for a while, you may have watched this video before, but I wanted to repost it for those who are new, and I wanted to give some updates and improvements. All right, let's get into the video. So there's something that I always say. Your 20s are your greatest cheat code for building wealth. In your 20s, you have the luxury of time, lack of responsibilities, and huge ambitions. That combination allows you to do things that others in their 30s or 40s can only dream of. For example, in your 20s, you can afford to take risks that might fail, but if they succeed, you can gain a lot of money. And this applies to education as well. When I was in my 20s, I would read 2 to 3 books a week, and it took me only a few months to devour over 100 books in my 20s. This allowed me to learn skills and develop habits faster than someone in their 30s who has kids and other responsibilities. Now, if you are in your 20s, you must be thinking, I don't have any experience. I don't know what to do. Well, guess what? It's okay. This video is for you. Today I will show you 6 steps to start managing your money in your 20s, even if you have no experience. Alright, let's get into it. Step 1. Track everything like it's a battle. If you don't know where your money is going, your money is already gone. Step 2. Budget like a boss. Budgeting isn't about restriction. It's permission to spend without guilt. Step 3. Build income streams. Your 9-to-5 isn't enough. Your job is not your financial plan. It's just the first level. Alright, moving on to step 4. Kill bad debt, like it's the villain in your story. Moving on to step 5. Start investing early. You don't need to be rich to invest. You just need to start early. And finally, step 6. Protect. Plan and play the long game. When life gives you lemons, you either make lemonade or you complain.